Hi guys, welcome to the Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Tom and this is episode number 15. In today's episode, we're going to finish up our solar panel factory. So I got a lot of work to do in today's episode. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so let's work backwards. Alright, this will be our solar panels. Okay, so we want to bring the materials in the first and second belt, and then the third belt could be the computer chips. Okay, so this will be our input. So this will be let's do the high purity silicon because it's just right over here. And then we'll do the copper ingots, and then we'll do the circuit boards. Okay. Now, we will do the sorters a bit later. Now we got to figure out how we want to get the circuit boards over here. So what if we did something like this? Let's create a gap to separate a factory a bit here. So this could be our circuit boards. Okay. We'll do this. Continue to extend our line. All right, so this will be the input for copper ingot, and this will be the output for the circuit board. Okay, we might need 2 sorters to output this to the 3 tile, yeah, because it's 1, 2, 3 tiles out, so it's a bit slower. So we might need 2, we'll see. Because this outputs 2 every 1 second, so I'm thinking we're gonna need 2 of these. Let's just start with 2. And then we could do the input for the iron ingots over here. So iron ingots will go in here. Delete this and we'll just paste. Just like that. This line actually doesn't need to be extended. Yes, it does need to be extended. My bad, my bad. Alright, so we'll do that. And we'll do 4 factories or circuit boards. And then we can delete this line here. And then we'll just mark this again. High purity silicon and copper. Yeah, looks good. And then this will be our iron ingots. Just like that. And then now we can do the sorters here. Do input, input, and input. This will be high purity. This will be the copper. And this will be the circuit boards. And we'll extend this out here. Like that, and then we'll shift left click and drag out 2 more factories. Now I think this should be enough. And then we'll do the output side over here. The circuit board, or the solar panels will go there. Okay. And then we'll shift click and drag. Nope. Okay. Like that. And then we'll put our storage here for the solar panels. Okay. So that's what we're looking for the end of the factory here. So now we just need to get all the material over here. And then we have accomplished our kind of first big project of Dyson Sphere Program. This is definitely my biggest build I have done. And I'm sure everything's going to start, scaling up gradually as I play this game, which is really cool. It's like a slow progression, so not too intimidating. Okay. So let's start with our iron ingots. Do 5 and 7. That will give me a full belt. Okay. And then we need a second line. We'll just do it over here. Oh, we need more miners, so let's replicate some. Okay. Here we are. Okay, this will give me a full belt as well. So we'll just start from here and run that down like this. Okay. Okay, there we are. So let's give this power. All right, so now let's put down our arc smelters. Do one here and one there. Select our recipe. And let's do the input. Okay. Now this is a 1-to-1 ratio instead of a 2-to-1. So a full belt of iron ore will give us a full belt, or 6 arc smelters will give us a full belt of iron ingots. And so we'll have 2 full belts of iron ingots out of this. And then we could just store whatever we have extra into boxes. Let's do the output. Let's select our... There we go. Okay, now we can just shift left click and then drag out 5 of these. Just like that. We can trim back the input belt. And then we can lay down our boxes for storage. Sweet. Okay. And 2 MK2 sorters should be enough to empty the belt. And let's always set the filter set the filter. And we can just left click and shift, copy and paste the filter over onto these sorters. Just like that. And here we are. Let's give this bad boy some power. And let's see it in action. So we'll do one here and one there. And then one Tesla tower there and one there. All right. Okay, I select the wrong recipe here. So let's change this to the ores. Jeez. Okay, and then we'll just repaste it. Okay, there we are. Now, yes, we're having some power issues. That's just because the sun is on the other side of the planet. It will come around and our solar panels on the equator will be active again and give us power. So I'm not too worried about that. Now we need to belt down our iron ingots over here. We went a little too far, so it's a little bit awkward to belt it around, but we'll just belt it around and we should be fine. And so we could do output here and output here. That gives us two belts. What if we put a sorter like this? Or I mean, a splitter. And go up. Okay, it's too close. But we could do something like this. Just like that. Now we have many ways of belting our iron ingots up. We're not limited to one pathway. Okay. There we are. Cool. Now we can just extend this over here, and we're at the grid line boundary, so we could do something like this and through there, so we get a nice clean belt. And there we go. Sweet. Okay. Now we can belt over the high purity silicon. And just like this. How about we do the same thing for the splitter? Let's give us some flexibility. Just like that. And output and output. Let's do the same thing on this side. There we are. Okay, let's get this big chunk of rock out of the way. And let's replicate a few sorters. Cool. That looks really nice. So now we can just come out like this. Beautiful. And there's our high purity silicon. So we only have one material left here, and that's our copper ingot. So let's take care of this last part here. And so our copper ingot's gonna run down here, this. And then we can just scooch these Tesla towers over one tile to allow our copper ingots to come through. Like this. Mm-hmm. Looks good to me. And then it'll come over here and over. Our copper is over here. It's probably going to be the closest copper veins that we have to our factory, so we're just going to have to use a lot of belts here. Okay, let's do the copper ore, and I want to pitch an idea to you guys about mining machines and extracting ores from the planet. As you see, you gotta place down a bunch of mining machines to get a certain amount of veins, to get a full belt. And I can see as your factory scales up, you need more veins, and that means more mining machines, and I could just imagine this process being really tedious as you progress through the game. So it would be so cool if the programmers of Dyson Sphere Program would create a mining machine that hovers over the veins. And then at the bottom of that mining machine, it has like a vortex that kind of sucks up all the veins and the ores into the mining machine and then spits it out on a belt. And then you can upgrade that mine machine like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 through the technology tree. And so your mining speed would increase, the rate of extraction would decrease, so you preserve more of the veins. I just think that first of all, it'd just be a lot more practical, less time spent placing down mining machines, and you just put one big one just floating, and it'd look really cool, pretty futuristic. So I hope they add something like that. It just looks so cool instead of these weird mining machines. I'm not a big fan of them. Now I know you can break the grid by holding shift, and you can get more veins, but the downside is that when you break the grid with the mining machine, your belt gets all wonky, gets bent and stuff, and that really bothers me. I know it's a small detail, but that small detail bothers me. I like clean belts. I like a clean factory. I'm just picky that way. So yeah, that was my idea of a better mining machine, especially in the early game and mid game. Using these old school mining machines is, I don't know, it doesn't seem too practical. Alright, so that's going to be our first belt. We need to replicate a few more arc smelters. We get 10 of those. And let's make a few more belts. Okay, so we'll do one here, and one there. We're going to do 2 full belts of copper. So this should probably be moved down 1 tile. And this will be the output of our copper ingots. like that. Maybe that could be our input, though. I don't know. I think it should be fine. So, output like that. Okay. And then we have the input for the raw ore. Excellent. And then input. And we're running out of fuel, but in this episode, guys, we carried some energetic graphite in our inventory. We won't make that same mistake again. All right, there we go. So this looks good, that looks good. I'm going to shift click and drag out 5 of these. Like that. We'll do the same for the bottom. And we're lacking 1 mining machine. So let's replicate the last one we need. We'll also place our storage boxes down. Okay, there we are. We'll trim these belts back. And then this will be the inputs to the box. So we do 1 there. Let's select the filter. Do input, input, input. And we'll trim this belt just a bit. And then we could do the same thing here. We could place down a sorter, or a splitter, my apologies. And we'll go like that. Okay, that's going to work. And we'll do output and output, output, and output. Okay, excellent. So now we just need to give this power, and we need to finish up our mining machines here. So we'll do, we need more belts. We need more belts, and we need copper ingots. So we have that over here. Okay, let's pick up a few of these stacks. And let's replicate some belts. Alright, and then we can come down like this. And we'll connect this to here. Oops. We got a little benderoony here. We'll fix that. Come down and connect. And let's connect these 2 mining machines. Okay, so that's 1 belt. Let's get another second belt of copper ore. To do 1 there, 1 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, perfect. Okay, let's connect all our mining machines to the belt. Oh, this is our... Yeah, I did this in the reverse. My bad. Let's fix this. Needs to go like this. There we go. Much better. And we need to reverse. No, that looks good. That looks good as well. We just need to fix... No, this all looks good. Yeah, this is gonna work. Okay, let's give it power. Let's give power to our mining machines. There. Good. Now let's put the last Tesla tower over here. Like that. And let's use our wireless power tower to extend the grid. It has a longer length here. There we go. And yeah, since it's dark on this side of the planet, we don't have power right now. Our solar panels only cover about a quarter of the planet right now. But that's about to end very soon because we will be building a bunch of those. Okay, and then this is our copper ore coming down here. We need to connect it. Oh, it is already connected. We're all good there. This is all good here. Looking good. We just need to give it power. So let's do that. Can I get all this in one Tesla tower? I can. How about that? All right. This is looking really good. Besides the power, of course. Besides the power. Our copper ingots will be coming down the line here. It's going to take a little bit. Here she comes. Here she comes. Okay, we're running at 100%. It looks like it's not giving me a full belt here. Oh, wait. I think it is now. It is now. Okay, good. I was a bit worried there. I thought two MK2 sorters would do that. Let's also fix the recipe on this. I forgot this. We'll shift left click and drag. And let's not forget our storage boxes. We want a nice backlog of all our materials. All right, a nice beautiful full belt of copper ingots coming down to the circuit boards and to the solar panels. And yeah, let's see how this works. It looks like we are using a bunch of this copper ingots with the circuit boards, but our circuit board belt here is full now, so it should give us enough copper ingots. We'll see. Because it needs 10. Needs 10. There we go. 100%. This is not 100% yet, but this one is 100%. And there we go. We have 3 solar panel assembly machines working at 100%. I did it. Great. All right, guys. And I finished this episode, I finished the factory right at 30 minutes. A perfect time to end the episode here. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining me in this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed building this factory. This is definitely the biggest factory I've built so far in Dyson Sphere Program. And I love the progression of our factory. We're starting off really slow, but we're gradually scaling up our factory. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So awesome. Great. Well, guys, I'll leave you with this episode. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next episode. You guys have a good evening. I'm going to have a good evening. Take care. Bye.